How's it going, everyone? My name is Wacky Pizza, and today we have a brand new video for you. It's been a while since my last video, but I promise you it was worth the wait. We have a longer, different video for you today, and it's going to be going over 5 tips to help you improve in PvP. Let's start it off with number 1. Master your primary weapon and focus your gameplay around it. Learn when it's a good time to use your special weapon. Too many times do I see people try to straight line somebody with a shotgun from way too far away, or try and land a headshot with a sniper under constant flinch and primary fire. I promise you, you'll have so much more success when you focus on engaging with your primary weapon and using your special weapon to back you up. If you're using a shotgun, while they're closing the gap, put a bullet or two with your primary weapon into them before cleaning them up with your shotty. Odds are, you'll probably be able to gun them down with your primary weapon before you close that gap and get within one-hit shotgun range anyways. With how inconsistent special weapons are becoming, a good primary weapon is really hard to beat. You can really pick apart a good PvP player based on how they use their special weapons, and I promise you this will really help take your PvP game to the next level. Number 2. Focus on positioning and take advantage of your radar. I promise you, most of your deaths are going to be because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe you were a little bit too close to that shotgun, or maybe you peeked a sniper lane, or maybe you weren't next to any cover during that primary fight. Map knowledge is really going to help you so much in Destiny, knowing what areas of the map you should be playing, coordinated with your loadout. If you're playing mid-town with a shotgun, you're going to find the most success playing B-zone or the center area because it's much more close quarters than the rest of the map is. The only way to get better map knowledge is by playing the game. You'll start to pick up patterns of how new and experienced players like to play on certain maps. That leads me to my next point. I'm going to put this at number 2.5 because it's pretty similar, is you want to be unpredictable. Or better put, don't become predictable. Don't get caught sliding into every engagement, and don't get caught pushing the same lanes every time. Your opponent is going to catch onto your playstyle really quickly. Try mixing up and peek different lanes in different ways, whether that's walking, running, sliding, jumping, or finding entirely new lanes to peek from. Jumping into number 3, and that's going to be optimize your game settings. This portion will be for all my friends on M&K. If you're using a controller, go check out this video from Shadow. It's a super in-depth guide for all the best settings for controller players. He goes over things like sensitivities, button inputs, and anything that you'd want to know being a controller player. Go check him out, his link will be in the description. It's something I don't know a whole lot about, and so it's something I'm not going to try and talk about. But if you're on M&K, stick around and we'll go into some of the best settings that you can use. Odds are your sensitivity is way too fast. Slower sensitivity allows you to be more accurate at the cost of speed, while fast sensitivity gives you the advantage of being faster but with less accuracy. There is a balance between them, and it's going to be different for everyone, and there's no such thing as a god sensitivity that works for everyone, but I promise you there is a sensitivity that works best for you, and it'll just take some time to find it. A good place to start is calculating your EDPI and compare your sense to professional gamers. You typically want to stay within the range that professional players use. In this instance, we'll be comparing our sense to Counter-Strike professionals. What I want you to do is convert your sensitivity from Destiny to CSGO. Once you do that, I want you to find your EDPI by multiplying your CSGO sense by your mouse DPI. For example, my CSGO sense is 1.35 and my DPI is 1500. So when I multiply those together, it leaves me with an EDPI of 2025. So now I take that number and I compare it to some of the professionals. When you take a look at the fastest sensitivity Counter-Strike professionals, you'll see Woxic, who currently has the highest EDPI at 2400. Seeing that I'm within the range lets me know that I'm using a sensitivity that in theory could compete with consistent accuracy. Woxic is a special case, and it's pretty unheard of to have a sensitivity that high and compete with his level of success. However, odds are you're not a special case like he is, and I'd recommend lowering your sensitivity to at least under or close to his 2400. Destiny is a lot more forgiving than a game like CSGO and does not require pinpoint accuracy like it does. So you can probably get away with going a little bit higher if you wanted to. However, I wouldn't recommend it. Once you've found a sensitivity that works for you, stick with it and give yourself some time to adjust. Experienced M&K players shouldn't need more than 2 weeks to feel comfortable on their new sensitivity. Make sure you're lining up your sensitivity with the correct mouse grip. You don't want to be claw gripping on a slow sensitivity, and you don't want to be palm gripping with a fast sensitivity. I could talk about sensitivity all day, and if you guys wanted to get more in depth than what I talked about today, there's a channel by the name of Ron Rambo Kim. I can't recommend him enough. He has super in-depth guides about sensitivity and mouse grip, which will really take your aim to the next level. Go check him out, his link will be in the description. Once you find your sensitivity, you're going to want to be using some software called AimLab or Kovacs. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to want to be practicing your sensitivity. Take it slow, help build up your muscle memory, and practice a wide range of courses like flicking, tracking, and reaction speed. Promise you, it pays off in the end. It might be kind of boring, but it really is going to be beneficial to take your aim to the next level. Moving on to number 4, You're going to want to be grinding for better gear. You don't want to be using that smoothbore shotgun that has 0 handling. You're going to be putting yourself at an unnecessary disadvantage when you have subpar loot. I know it's painful for us PvP guys, but step into Gambit, step into the latest raid, and get some good weapons to give you the upper edge going into the game. Lastly, with number 5, record your gameplay. Look out for your mistakes, break it down and see what you could have done better. You make decisions in the heat of the moment, and it can be great to pick out bad habits so you can start to look out for them when you're playing. If you have an NVIDIA GPU, you can use software like Shadowplay, or you can download software like Streamlabs or OBS to record it. By console players, you have it super easy. Turn on that 10-minute clip length and rewatch a few games at the end of the night. And there we go guys, 5 tips to help you improve your PvP game. If you have any questions, I will be down in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.